Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm applying to be your JCR Green and Ethics Officer this year. I'm studying chemistry and I'm a third year. I am the only candidate, so please vote for me. So basically, I know it's a short time because Sophie Penny has done the first 2 terms. She's left, so I'm going to hopefully carry on where she left off, and as well as introduce a couple of new ideas. So the work that she was doing was, she did quite a lot actually for the college, if you don't already know. So she set up the Selwyn free cycle page, basically encouraging people to reuse their items, and if they don't want them, give them to someone else who can use them. The food bank, which is the end of each term, gives away your non-perishable food like baked beans and stuff to someone else who might want them. And just generally keep the college aware of ideas that university-wide schemes for recycling and other green ideas, just so that everyone knows what's happening, and if they have anything to contribute, they can contribute. So that'll be one of my roles, just kind of keeping that ticking over and adding new things to it, hopefully. Another idea that I had was, the idea that I had really, was so when you're recycling, a lot of the time you don't really know what you can recycle and you can't recycle. Just literally getting a simple sticker to put on each chip bin to say, this is what you can recycle, don't put these things in here because you can't recycle them. Just to make it a bit clearer for everyone. I like to think I'm quite organised. I can get things done. I've had experience working on committees before, so I'm used to the fact that you can't always get everything done. So please vote for me. That's what I'm going to say, really.
Does anyone have any questions? One thing that Sophie tried to do last year was to push through us getting recycling bins in every student's room. Mm-hmm. The Bursar was pretty against this idea for financial reasons. Is this something that you would be willing to carry on, and what do you think there is about you that means that you might be successful in negotiating with the Bursar in this kind of matter?
Okay, I'm aware of that. So Sophie managed to get, before there weren't recycling bins in blocks like C block and B block, she managed to get them installed. I understand that obviously it's a lot more convenient for you to have a bin in your room because a lot of people, let's be honest, are quite lazy, including myself. And so it's much easier for some people, they feel like instead of taking the effort to go and take, their Coke can to the recycling bin, they'll put it in their chip bin. I think it's a good idea. I've spoken to Sophie about the fact that she couldn't get it through. I'll happily try, use my powers of negotiation to try and let it happen, but that's not something I can promise because she's tried them quite hard. I can try and approach it from a new angle, try and look at getting new schemes. I tried to look at the idea of getting a food bin. I don't know if you guys have one at home. So where I live, we have like sort of food bin. But obviously a lot of it is controlled by the Cambridge Council. So I will look into more schemes and ways of recycling more different things as opposed to just having one general recycling bin. In terms of that, I will have a look. But I can't promise. Yes, there we go.
If there's one thing you could change in college to make it a greener place and like you're really passionate about doing, what would it be? Like on the wider picture, just within college.
Of making college greener.
Like a greener place.
I would say it's not really a thing as such. It's more kind of changing people's attitudes towards it, which is not a simple thing to do. But it's something that I could try and enforce onto people. It's just, instead of just thinking about what you're doing rather than just saying, chucking it into the bin. I literally think with just a simple sticker on a chip bin saying, you can recycle this metal, you can't recycle this, people might think about it a little bit more and hopefully recycle, because the number of times you walk out and you see, plastic bags and plastic bottles in people's bins, it's just a bit annoying. So I think a change in attitude would be hopefully my biggest Yes, so
If you have like any long-term plans, do you think it would be like beneficial for you then to apply for the next years as well? So you could actually have like a term.
yeah. So it would be, so obviously I'm only, if I was lucky enough to get the role, I would only have it for a term. But yeah, I mean, if there are schemes that I feel like I'm passionate about and that I could myself enforce, then I will definitely apply to the next 2 terms. Yeah, I mean, lots of the things that I will be doing are things that can be carried over. The things that, so for example, Sophie set up, the previous Green Officers set up. But yeah, if there are things that someone suggests to me that are big projects, then absolutely I'll consider applying again. But yeah, see how I go through.
Any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you.